the channel helping you invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure the bell notification stays lit like that. You guys will not miss out when we are going live, because we do go live at a moment's notice, so you guys don't want to miss out for that. Man, the question of the day, are the markets hot or not? And me personally, you guys know I'm bullish on the market. Seeing the market back over 4 trillion is extremely bullish for, not just myself, but really the whole market. And we see how these little short-term volatility is nothing to really be concerned about, because the markets have a way of just turning right back around and faking everybody out. So we got some pretty interesting updates for everybody today. So let's share this live stream, because most of the things that we talked about yesterday are going to be something that is really important today. I'm sure a lot of these, without even looking, has done to bounce off the 50 moving average that we were talking about yesterday, considering the way that the prices are moving, with BTC moving right back up, right? So we got BTC rallying back up. A lot of the charts that we were looking at yesterday, they were bouncing off the 50 moving average. And I said, if these, if BTC can turn right back around, start heading in the right direction, we would see, XRP, BNB, and Solana, and a few other of these also bouncing off the 50 moving average. So got ourselves a nice early stream for everybody today. Like I said, share the stream. We got the overall crypto market cap at 4 trillion, just over $4 trillion market cap, which is very impressive, because that was just a short little dip. And I want to go over this really quick, because this is super important for everybody to understand. I'm constantly talking about what smart money is actually doing. When those people bought $160 million worth of BNB at the top, they didn't care. How BlackRock moves while acquiring BTC, they don't care. So I need you guys to really understand, it's time for us to kind of move with the smart money. Otherwise, we're going to get left behind on this .com moment. So BlackRock's IBIT ETF just hit 739K BTC. That's not a typo. BlackRock now holds 739,300 Bitcoin through its spot ETF, up from basically nothing just months ago. From nothing just months ago, they snatched up almost a million BTC. They're creeping in that direction. This isn't just big, it's historic. Institutions are no longer sitting on the sidelines. They're front running the next cycle, stacking sats like never before. I'm telling you, I don't know if we can call this thing a bull run, because it's like I don't know, it's like Hulk mode, right? It's not the same thing. It looks the same, it acts the same, but it's green now. This is the Hulk now. It's very different than its normal form of calling it a bull run. So you can literally see it in the chart. Every dip is being bought. Every rally has followed through. Daily flows keep climbing. Even after the ETF hype cooled off, IBIT stayed strong. That is facts. The money keeps pouring in. This is not retail driving this anymore. These are the big dogs, and they're playing for keeps. Are you playing for keeps? Like, I don't know if you have you ever played for keeps? Like, are you that all in on this market? Like, I need you to play for keeps right now. That's a different type of attitude right there than just playing around. I'm talking about playing for keeps, making sure that you make it in this market, and this .com moment is yours. Extremely. Okay, so super bullish. If you're still fading BTC while BlackRock is loading up, you might want to rethink your strategy. I've been telling everybody for a while, it is time to do what smart money is doing. Do not listen to a lot of, the minute the market gets a little fuddy, you join some spaces and everybody thinks that it's all over, no altcoin season. You better watch out. You better watch out, because a lot of people are just projecting their own fears onto these spaces, their own fears. When if you just look at what the money's doing, you don't got to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid. Bitcoin back over 118,000. ETH over 4,500. XRP over $3. BNB really doing his dance, up 7.3% up on the week. $860. No way it's gonna go up to $1,000 like I've been telling everybody forever. And when everybody tried to put that sauce in the air, they were trying to sprinkle it. I see my people coming up. What up, Lewis? Um, that it was over. I was like, don't fall for that. And you better not fall for any of the ones coming up either, because this is adoption happening like never before. I said, hey, do you guys think that we won't be making videos again about Solana back over 200? There we go. 7.7% up on the week. And then we got Link really doing his dance right now. Link just turned up on everybody out of nowhere, up 16.7% up on the week. The markets are hot, and sometimes they're not. right? Sometimes they cool off. Sometimes they're not as exciting as we want them to be. But really, where they pull back, people should just be able to handle it. Here goes Link. Is Link? You think Link's gonna break all time high? You better think about this stuff because there's some easy X's with all these blue chips, and we'll talk about them as well. We're keeping an eye on some of them, of course. I'm actually going to open up another screen over here to keep an eye on what we're doing on this screen over here. Okay, here we go. Let's start off right here. We covered people accumulating nonstop. We got BTC. We got no sell signal yet. We got some red candles. We got this sell signal on the top, the parabolic star, but the Blunt House indicator still did not print a sell signal. And we got a nice green candle on the daily. That's why we see it looking pretty good. But this 4 hour chart is where it starts to tell us everything, and then we're gonna see how it's working out on everything else. Right here goes that bounce right from the 200, basically right by the 200, and starting to turn around with a nice buy signal right here. If it can break this 50 moving average again, if it can break this 50 moving average, flip this red or flip this cross to the bottom, break this 50 moving average, we're going to see a rally towards all-time highs. We'll see if that's what's going to go on. We could have, where first breaks this 50 moving average, and it could be first mouse gets to squeeze, second mouse gets to cheese, and then it goes right back up, right? But what's cool is that when we look at everything else, this is a trade that I'm looking at for everybody right now. If you guys are on BYD5 for futures, you guys can see this is something that we're checking out because on this hour chart, you guys see this massive gap right here that it can fill, and it's been consolidating for a while. This chop, 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 chop. These things are getting ready. But let's start off with ETH, and then we're going to go through the plays that we're familiar with. That's something that I've been trading basically on a regular basis almost every single day because it's pretty easy to trade actually. It has its moments, but for the most part, it's pretty easy to trade. Okay, daily chart on Ethereum. We get that buy signal. That thing just starts going right back up. We come down to the 4 hour chart, and here we go. This is what I was talking about, what we spoke about yesterday. That's what I was saying. Although sometimes it's like, man, but this is how important this stuff is because yesterday, go check the receipts. We were talking about this exact potential bounce right here. If we got a buy signal, that it was go time. If it failed it, the downside potential was going to be coming down this side. The market said no. We're going to go up. BT's rallying again, then we're going to rally with Bitcoin. And that's what we're seeing happen right now. And if you were tapped in with us yesterday, you could have took advantage on some of these long positions because we're going to see how a lot of them, because of BTC's rally, and yesterday they were getting really close to that 50 moving average, are most likely going to have that buy signal just like that. So here goes ETH right here, definitely going back up. Wants to break past that 47.88, and it's going to. Now we got our next leg up. You got to go through the valleys to see the next peak. Once you reach a peak, you got to go through the valley. You're going to go up. You'll see your next little peak, and then you keep doing the same thing over and over. Now, if we get faked out, Bitcoin gets faked out, and we see a pullback, we talked about this. These are the prices on ETH right here. You could be seeing it come lower to 42, or if it filled the gap, coming down to this, 200 moving average is around 38, and it probably peak underneath there to the point of control to 36. That's if they need to do like a nice little shakeout and liquidate all the longs that are going way too far. They'll do that. That's for sure. Let's go to BNB next, doing this thing. For sure. Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you guys pulling up. Share the stream if you guys can everywhere. Super important. And here we go, man. Especially like after we just covered this yesterday. That's why it's important for us to cover this and stay on point with, sharpening this tool of technical analysis because it allows us to see how are we able to say, hey, these things are looking, if BTC pumped, that we could be doing our next bounce off the 50 moving average. And here we go. We just showed you Ethereum doing the bounce off of the 50 moving average. Now we're showing you BNB doing the bounce off the 50 moving average. And these are things that you guys can use. Obviously, it's not financial advice, fam, but you can see that when the markets start to rally, and if you look in this 4 hour chart, you could have got in on any of these buy signals right here, right? The first flip, or you could have waited to get them all confirmed, where the parabolic SARS on the bottom, you got the Blunt House, it says go long, all that good stuff. And even coming in at 835, that's a nice little long to 860 if you got some lev on there. So here we go, showing it once again. Now it can turn right back around, and we'll probably test this once again, 834. But the markets are hot. That's the biggest questions. Are the markets hot? Are they not? Are people overreacting every time there's a pullback? It can't just go up, 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 up. Fam, nothing works like that in life. Like Like life is very poetic. Like everything has the same rhyme and reason. And what goes up must come down. What goes down must go up. It rides like that. If we can just make it go up for everybody nonstop, that would be nice. But that would be kind of weird because nothing else does that. So that's what we're going to be paying attention to, that it can have some pullbacks, but it's some pullbacks above some prices that we've been trying to break for a really long time. So super bullish right now on the market right now. I think the markets are hot. A lot of people might say no, this is just a quick little fake and then we're going to go down, which that's on the table. We see some gaps that can be filled, but when I see these signals, I'm not worried about that. I'm following the treasure map. I'm not trying to front run what everybody thinking that they're gonna do. And what next week? Guess what? Next week, I think fine, you do that next week. I'm talking about right now. What's going on right now? That's why we go live so much. That's because we're in the now. We're not in the yesterday. And we're not in the tomorrow is a lot of fun or whatever to have fun about. But right now, we can see that the markets are hot. Can it turn around? Absolutely. We got that. We got our downside risk. That's how we make sure we got our stop. So we definitely got to pay attention to that. Let's go to XRP next. We'll keep an eye on this price right here, 834. If it went lower and broke underneath the 50, our first shelf is 800. Lower than that is 764. Now, if the markets wanted to shake and bake, well, it could definitely do that. Right now, the markets are hot. They're looking really hot. Let's go to Solana and then we'll go to XRP. I know my XRP fam got to be feeling a little bit better today. Here goes another perfect example. How was I able before, just seeing by the way BTC was moving on the daily chart, that I told you guys when we pull up all the other blue chips, that what we talked about yesterday, them bouncing off the 50 moving average, they're all mostly going to have buy signals on that 4-hour chart. So no sell signal ever came out on the daily chart for Solana. We come to the 4-hour chart, and lo and behold, I mean, a bounce right off the 50 moving average. So although at times I know you guys are like, man, he loves that. Well, that's why this 50 moving average gets brought up so much, because I want you guys to use this tool as much as you guys can, because then you guys don't have to, buy into the fear sometime that's going on in the market and just be like, well, okay, that's fine. I just printed on this on the long. Maybe I take a short, make money on it right there. I'm not comfortable taking a short for whatever reason. I know it was hard for me at first, but I'm away from my next indication that the market's turning hot again. And I get some buy signals, especially bouncing off a major moving average like this. This thing's looking pretty. This is some nice momentum on the 4-hour chart. Headed where? Right back over $200. If it breaks 200, well, this is the area we'll go. Trying to break 210 on Solana. Are we going to get to make live streams of talking about Solana well over $200? Absolutely. Absolutely. Is it going to happen today? We don't know. We don't know. What we do know that the trend currently right now is hot. The trend is hot right now, and it is bullish. That's what we do know right now. Now, if the trend decided not to be so hot, it would come to the downside and potentially come to this section over here, breaking this, 50 moving average, filling this gap, 181, or even lower down by the 200 moving average, about 177. And we visited that price before, that 177 price. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Let's go to XRP fam. I know they got to be happy today because these little bounces are good for them. Right here. 4-hour chart. We bouncing off the 200 moving average on this one, but we got our buy signal on the 4-hour chart. You can see how everything's got its buy signal. So we're going to keep an eye on XRP. Let's go right here really quick. Still a sell signal on the daily chart. If this thing turned around, it can get really bullish. But this is that nice little rally, little dip, staying above the 50 moving average, continuation right back to the upside. You got XRP right here with a buy signal, headed to go crash that 50 moving average. I'm curious to see if it's a case of, was this the first mouse and this is the second mouse, or is this the first mouse and then there's one more little dip before it rallies up. If the markets just stay really hot and it can flip this cross and put it on the bottom, the parabolic SAR, and break that 50 moving average, we're headed towards the point of control, which is around 324, or filling this gap and going higher to 344, going right back into price discovery at 365 with XRP. We're not far off from some more like momentum coming into the market. I mean, adoption is happening back to back. The Bitcoin rainbow chart is coming true every single day. I remember when we were first getting it to come true, and we went into the green, and then we had to come back down into the blue, and people were like almost feeling like it was over. It was just like, I was like, dude, if you look over here before these bull runs, these are the bull runs. You could see that it tested people before they shot up. Even right here, there was some testing going on. It went up, went back down, and this was our test right here. But I think this was the super cycle. So definitely strap in. If you guys are wanting to learn more on how to trade futures, use my referral link right here. Make sure you guys sign up to BYDFi. After you sign up, join this Telegram and put in your UID number. It's very important that you guys do that. So like that, you guys can get some of these giveaways as well and not miss out on the calls for swing trades, on the calls for scalp trades, on take profits and all that stuff. It's all inside of that Telegram. It's extremely bullish, and that's how we found plays like this. The CFX trade that we're keeping an eye right now, that most likely it's going to be looking like a really good trade. I'm probably up on it right now because right when it started, we got that buy signal on the hourly chart, and we'll just look at this right now together since we're live. And I actually just took this trade right when it was trading. And I'm not telling you guys to take the trade just because I'm taking this trade, but on the hourly chart, this is looking good for me. You see this gap right here? This is that's a nice little gap right there. What? We got that buy signal. We got all kind of confirmations. The market's kind of hot again. It had its nice little prolonged dip, even dipped a lot lower. It's like, how low can it go? I would like to follow this and see if it could fill this gap to this section right here. If you guys want to follow that trade, or not exactly follow the trade, I think you guys should do it through a demo account first, or use some of the funds that you'll get when you guys sign up for my referral code, or using my referral code. You guys can see that this could be a nice little breakout, especially if we break past this right here. So we break past all these previous waves highs right there. We're going to have a breakout past the 99 moving average. And at the very least, we'll see the first section where we'll come up to around 20 cents. So there's definitely a trade right here where some magic can happen coming into these sections on Conflux, okay? I'm doing these trades on BYD5. They have one of the cleanest UIs that you guys can use out there. If you guys are interested, like I said, use that link. If you guys don't like trading futures, you guys are more into meme coins, you guys can do that all right from right here. Turn your Solana right back into some USDT, do some futures trade, however you guys like. But you guys see right here, we have quite a bit of things that you guys can do on one platform. You can trade your Solana meme coins, whatever's trending, the new listings. You guys can also go to just BSC and switch it up right there and go to the Binance Smart Chain and check out all the Binance coins that are hot right now. So definitely check out BYDFi. This is where all that printing is actually going on. And check out Conflux. I use 21x leverage, and you guys can actually see what's going on with Conflux. I think this one's going to be, I'm actually going to put it back on there just to have it ready, because I think we're going to be able to see like a cool trade from this one. I think like a nice little, we should be able to see a nice little trade from this one overall. So we're going to be paying attention to this one. Not too heavy on it because the markets are a little bit shaky. They're hot, but I want to keep an eye on it for it to actually break past a couple more moving averages where, I've changed the way that I looked at it. I'm optimistic on my winners and I'm pessimistic on my losers. Where before, and I don't know, maybe you guys let me know in the chat, maybe you guys are different, but before I would try to be super optimistic on my losers and be like, dude, it'll come back. It's like, when you're trading futures, you just got to cut your losses. You can't hold on to it. When you got your winner, that's the one you go heavy on right there, because your winner, you got to be more optimistic on your winners and pessimistic on your losers. If it's a loser, it's a loser. That's it. It's time to move on and find another trade. There's always another trade. Always. You can always find another trade, especially with crypto 24 hours. There's always another trade to find on BYD5. All right, let's go over to XPX, man. I was in meetings all day yesterday, man. If you're part of XPX right now, you guys should be feeling extremely happy where we're at with this project right now. I heard you guys had a fantastic community hour that lasted really long. I was in meeting after meeting after meeting. They lasted well into the evening, which was really exciting because things are moving in the right direction for XPX. Even like like I said before, the fuse is already lit, and that's why I'm not letting my foot off the gas. If you guys are new to the channel, this is the project I launched with an amazing team. We have a fantastic community that I encourage you guys to join our Telegram and check it out. And we are building some serious things. And man, I had like an hour and a half conversation with one of the meetings that I had yesterday via phone with somebody that I met at the Cardano network, the Cardano Dev Network, which was super bullish. Fam, we are doing some magical things. I actually want to show you the event because that event really did something, fam. It really did something, not just for like not just personally like for me, but it really did something for XPX, especially because we've been doing so great. We've been really building nonstop, and we really the bottom line is that we've been saying what we're gonna do, and we've been doing it back to back. So we really hit a good spot. So let's go to my page right here. This right here, big shout out to Dabatolo, that handsome gentleman. This right here, I gotta give a big shout out to the Rare Evo event, and a big shout out to Cardano and everybody from the Cardano fan, because this part of this part of the Rare Evo event, which was at Top Golf, um, I just saw a this right here was a lot of contacts were made, a lot of powerful contacts. The Cardano network is getting ready to gear up. A lot of the Cardano people are ready to start building for retail. And when we have already so much built as far as XPX with everything that we've done, we look like a very viable source because we really are, fam. At the end of the day, we really are. So come over here, give me a follow. This is my main page right here. Make sure if you guys are also listening to this later on that you give me a follow on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. I don't want you guys missing out on all that stuff, and really help get us over 20K. Let's just break the algorithm on the YouTube channel. If you guys can help that grow over there, it'd be super important. Also, if you're listening over here on X, give me a follow. Let's grow this follow account, because the more people that we're tapped into, the better it is for all of us, man. All right, let's go back to XPX, because a lot of contacts, a lot of great meetings yesterday, super bullish meetings that you guys know. I love the community hours. I love having fun with you guys, but sometimes it's business time. And if you guys are, like I said, are new to the channel, project I launched with an amazing team, fantastic community, where we focus on all things payments, okay? All things payments for individuals, businesses, to really allow you guys to tap into, Web3 fully if you're a business getting ready to come into Web3, or if you're an individual already in Web3 and you guys want to use your money in the real world. This is X pays X, okay? And I want you guys to really pay attention to this project, because this project, down to the name, has, the fundamentals that come to the Satoshi Nakamoto paper. We've been stuck on exactly what we're supposed to be doing from the very beginning, and this is an electronic cash system right here. This is a whole ecosystem allowing people to spend their crypto in the real world with some amazing technology coming in the future. Not just real world technology, but some DeFi technology, which some of the meeting was yesterday as well. So very, very important for you guys to tell a friend to say, hey, we've already broken out of that downtrend. This project is very strong. The team is extremely strong. They're making the right contacts. This is the time to get in right now, because the markets are hot and all roads lead to payment. So if you want to get your own personal gold card, come over here to Physical Card. You guys can also order your tap to pay cards right from this widget right here. Also, come to your crypto bill pay. These are non-KYC bill payments. You guys can do your bill payments in 10 countries. You see these beautiful flags up here. Also, you got your non-KYC gift cards and your virtual cards. Your non-KYC gift cards is giving people a lot of flexibility depending on what countries, but there are some high limit cards here depending on what country you guys are in. You guys check this stuff out. Really go through this, because whether you're an individual or a business, you guys can use all this utility today. These are not promised later on. These are not things going on later on. Are we going to do this? No. Right now, you guys can go pay a bill in cryptocurrency. If there's somebody out there in your family or somebody around you that's like, hey, I don't think that crypto's real, or I don't see the point of it. Well, you come over here and you show them, hey, XPX Pay Portal allows you to pay your own or others people's bills, non KYC, in countries across the world, over 40K companies. Okay, so pay a bill, show them, talk is cheap. So show them what's up as far as what we got going on over here, and maybe just order a card and just take them out to dinner or get one of these gift cards. The next big thing, there's a lot of conversations. I got a meeting tomorrow for Just Shop Crypto, which is super bullish, and I don't want you guys to miss out on that. We'll look at the chart in just a second, but Just Shop Crypto, man, very, very bullish things going on with this. The community has rallied tremendously. There's a lot of conversations going on. I got a scheduled meeting tomorrow. I'm letting you guys know that there's going to be like buys flying in. Like, you need to tell somebody like, hey, these guys are ready to go. You guys can feel it. I mean, there's no doubt that there's like, you can feel the momentum and the buzz going on right now. There's a lot of communities looking at XPX right now, when before that wasn't exactly the case. We were, getting into those Solana spaces, all these kind of things. But right now, Just Shop Crypto is doing exactly what it was planned to do. Be more than just a merch store. Be a marketing machine. And if you guys want to be a part of this marketing machine, come over here to Just Shop Crypto. Contact us via the email, or just hit us up on X to get your merch listed on Just Shop Crypto, so you guys can not only make some revenue, but also get that cross pollination that comes with being listed on Just Shop Crypto. Kendu is going to be the next one. They're working. Maybe by next week, you guys might see some of these, some of the Kendu merch on here. We'll see. They're working on the designs right now. I know how it is. The ideas go fast, and we want to make things happen, but sometimes, real life is real life, and things take a little bit of time to put them all together. So by next week, we should be seeing some Kendu Chat merch on here, which I'm actually very excited about, because then we get to do that ripple effect marketing. I want to push some people getting some more Kendu, some more people getting some more of our merch, and really some more people getting some bags of some great projects. All right. Now, talking about getting bags, let's come over here to XPX really quick. XPace X, man, do not miss out on this, fam. This is a special play for you guys right here. Very, very special play. Here we are right now doing our thing at just over $1 million market cap, hitting $1.5 million market cap. Actually, let's go over here and give us the exact one. So we're at $1.5 million market cap. Look at that breakout where we're at right now. We've been trying. Look at that breakout where we're at right now, fam. That is BNB helping us go up. Look at that. That is 1.54. Look at that, fam. That is looking really good. What a fantastic. If you guys think that we're not going to all-time high, you got another thing coming. The conversation I was on the phone with yesterday that lasted about an hour and 20 minutes, almost an hour and a half. I'm letting you guys know some big things are happening as far as how we're going to plug XPX into the real world. We're getting and starting to gear things up for 2026, which is massive. You guys really want to be a part of this. All roads lead to payments. Now, this is really cool to see on the deck screener, but if you guys want to get this bag over here, get it on smartdefi.com, where you guys can get a bag of XPX and then stake the bag of XPX and make passive income on XPX as all the trading is happening nonstop, right? You guys can see the trading happening back to back. You guys don't want to miss out on this whatsoever. This is looking, like I said, extremely bullish for XPX as we continue to climb. This is one of the healthiest charts in DeFi right now, daily charts if you guys ask me, and it's looking fantastic. Just get a bag, stake it, park it. It's really, really that easy. And if you guys later on want to take out a loan against your XPX, you can, because right here, the backing, this backing right here, there's backing going on. Yeah, it's being backed by BNB. This is this baseline price of XPX just keeps going up nonstop. Look at this chart on the baseline price, and this is what we have. We have over $50,000 in BNB and asset backing, wrap BNB, looking really good and looking really strong, allowing those who own XPX to take out a 30-day interest-free loan against their XPX and then off-ramp it onto a Visa card and use it in the real world. Man, that's bullish. So super bullish on XPX. Like I said, fam, the project I launched with a fantastic team, fantastic community. Join our Telegram. Let me post that right now. There's also some giveaways on the Crypto Breakfast Club for Kendu and for XPX right now. So you guys don't want to miss out on that whatsoever. Join that Telegram to make sure you guys stay tapped in. Don't wait till I'm making a video saying we're breaking all-time high to get a bag of XPX. Don't do that. Right now is a great time to position yourself and getting a bag of XPX. So let's go ahead and keep the show moving and grooving. Man, that looks so good, man. We're climbing towards this. I had this drawn out for a while. I mean, don't cheat your bags now. I mean, there's no point. We're headed towards all-time high. There's no need, unless there's some kind of emergency, there's no need to do the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing with this chart right now, because we're literally marching towards all-time high. So keep rating, keep shilling, keep bringing more people, because when we break all-time high at $5 million market cap, we're giving away $5,000 And I'm pretty sure when we break $2.5 million market cap, there's going to be a lot of FOMO and a lot of pumping going on around that section where it's going to be pretty exciting. So this is the perfect time to really position yourself before the next leg up on XPX. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. We're headed in that direction. We've been here over 13 months. You know, a lot of people faded us for whatever reason, and we're here now pumping up past where they faded us. We're going to go even up here. When we break all-time high, a lot of people who faded us, it's going to sting really bad because there are millionaires in the making right now in XPX. There are millionaires in the making. I'm telling you guys that 100%. Even the smart contract is accumulating BNB. Super bullish. Okay, man. Whoa, that's so bullish. Let's go to Kendu next, man. Bullish on Kendu. Let's see where we're at today with Kendu. $16.7 million market cap. A nice little buy right there. I'm telling you, Kendu will come up out of nowhere, man. $4,500. Boom, smacking the chart, going right back to $16.7 million market cap. Extremely bullish on the Kendu Chads. Check this out. Kendu Inu right here doing their thing. More posts, man. I mean, they got a lot of posts coming out. Haven't stopped barking since my first bag. Kendu run will be astronomical. So you guys don't want to miss out on Kendu. They got their own energy drink. They got their own coffee. They got their own beer, and they're attacking retail, fam. That's what you want to do. They're right in front of retail. This is funny. That's that Chad pose. Bro's not playing around. Bro's not playing around, man. I'm telling you, bro, turning into a real Chad. This is crazy. This space is amazing. This space is amazing. I love cryptocurrency. I really do. Let me know. Let me know in the chat, fam. Are the markets hot or not? Are the markets hot or not? I think they're hot. I think Kendu's got a nice little move right here. I'm liking the way it's looking right now. This is looking really good. This is actually looking really good. We're going to have that breakout. It's just going to happen out of nowhere. People are going to fade it, and they're going to be like, oh, my God, I had Kendu. I could have bought more Kendu. It's like, don't do that to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. Everybody right now thinking about jeaning a bag, stop. Just stop yourself right now. Stop doing the same thing. You're gonna miss out on this. I'm about to play this. I got to play this periodically because I could just feel the jittery in the air.
You probably know the names of Apple's founders, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, and the current CEO, Tim Cook. But you might not know Ronald Wayne, one of Apple's original founders who sold his 10% stake in the 1970s after just 12 days for $800. Today, those same shares would be worth $100 billion.
Did you have any doubt that Apple would be a successful company?
None. It was the right product at the right time.
So why did you sell out?
My passion wasn't computers in the first place. It was slot machines. I also knew that I was standing in the shadow of giants. And as a result, I knew I was never going to have a product of my own to develop.
So is he an Apple fan?
I actually talk to him now and then, and he's a little bit on the poor side, so he can't always afford Apple stuff.
Yeah. It said in the article he now collects stamps and sells coins to supplement his Social Security income.
You probably know the names of Apple's.
That's tough. That's tough. That's gonna happen to somebody. That's up in this market right now, happening right now. Do not fade your XPX. Do not fade your Kendu. Don't fade solid communities, fam. Stay locked in because while people want to cheat, this is what the big money's doing. Everybody continues to say, I know I need to get some Kendu energy drink. I'm desperate for it right now. I'm actually, you know what, after the stream, since you called me out on it, we gotta make some orders happen. We gotta make some orders happen for sure. We gotta make some orders happen. I ordered in bulk too, so just get a whole bunch of it so I took like a break from it, honestly, and this was an impulsive buy when I got this. I'm always so transparent. Like, I took a break from the energy drink, from the coffee for a little bit. I was, on this little, trying to stop getting as round as I'm getting. And, yeah. And then next thing you know, it's like my Amazon suggested it. I was like, well, you know what, Amazon, since you say so. Oh my God. Let's get Kendu on Amazon. That'd be crazy, right? Can we get Kendu on Amazon? Man, that'd be wild. It's actually a good idea. All right, so Kendu looking really good. Give them a follow. Like I said, there's some giveaways. Let's come over here, see if I can find a Crypto Breakfast Club. Come over here, double giveaway. I'm going to talk about really quick for you guys. So you got the XPX giveaway, $100, and you got the Kendu giveaway, $100. Don't miss out on this, fam. There's some money sitting on the table right now. Easy money sitting on the table right now. And right now, you should be accumulating money, not jeeting the money. All right, so bullish on Kendu. Let's keep it moving and grooving, fam. Let's keep the show going. Here goes Altitude, man. I wonder if Psychedelic Angel's up right now, what time it is right now. But shout out to the Altitude community for pulling up yesterday and pulling up inside the XPX Telegram as well. They pulled up super strong. And this is a project we've been talking about since 20K market cap. And yeah, it's proof that determination is what matters. You know, everybody sometimes they want the volume, and I know it helps. But sometimes a slow cook is happening right now. There's some serious X's still left on the table with this one. It's getting stronger and stronger day by day. It's definitely taking its time on base, but Altitude it's a solid play that one of my community members has brought up a long time ago, and their community is getting bigger because they kind of rallied our stream yesterday, which was really cool. So definitely come over here and check out Altitude. I think, you know, I'm not always caught up whether it's a big influencer talking about it, whether it's this, whether it's that. I just want to see progress. Like, that's what I really like. And this is what they got right here. They got nonstop progress on this, really organic little dips, and then starting to rally right back up. So really liking what I'm seeing with this one over here. If you guys want to learn more about it, I'll post their website right here. Join their Telegram. Let them know I sent you guys over here. And I know we got some people that love base, so we'll be talking about some base plays as well. But this is, you know, basically where you get USDC rewards. So pretty cool if you guys ask me. And honestly, they just been building in the right direction. So 1% buy tax and 1% sell tax. Those are the tokenomics. 50% mountain treasury and 50% buy and burn stable fund. So see the white paper for exact tax breakdown and how incoming tax and fees are allocated. So definitely come over here and check it out. But from what we've seen so far, it's looking pretty good, right? They've done total rewards paid 459, total buybacks $3,600. Not bad. Not bad, actually. Not bad if you ask me. So pretty cool. Pretty cool if you ask me. Okay, I like that. So this is how that chart is just scaling up. Nice and easy, does it every time. So definitely come give them a follow. Again, like I said, their handle is @AltitudeBase. And we've been bringing you guys some solid base plays. We're going to talk about some more right now. This chart is looking really prime. I would just set it and forget it. Let a slow cook, one of those magic ones, come out of nowhere and be like, whoa, look at that thing pump. Here goes another base play. We'll stay on base just for a second to make sure you guys don't miss out. I told you guys about this one super early, of course, at 480K market cap. And yes, there was some valleys and some peaks and some dips and some gifts and all that good stuff. But nonetheless, we're looking really good right now. There's going to be some pullbacks, especially when ETH pulled back and there was that momentum. But the next leg up is already starting right now with Bomi the Homie, everybody. This is a solid base play. We talked about it at 480. It rallied all the way up. I started to bring it back up around here when most people would probably say, hey, it's done. I'm not going to bring it up no more. But I seen them continue to post. I seen them continue to stay active. And I liked it that. So, you know, obviously we're going to keep mentioning them. They got a very active community. They're still making a lot of posts on X. They got AI art. They got the Book of Memes narrative, and they got the Miggles narrative. And I think base is going to be hot, especially when retail fully pours into the space. One of the main chains that is going to be really hot is, you know, the base chain, because a lot of people, like most people I've ever onboarded, I've always onboarded them through Coinbase. I'll just be honest with you guys. I've tried to onboard not many people. Am I able to onboard just straight into, you know, getting a seed phrase and all that stuff? It's almost like you got to inch them into it, which is crazy. But it's all good. It's honestly all good. But it gives you this opportunity and lets you know how early you are. Until, just like how everybody has a phone now, until everybody has a wallet, you're early. You're early. You're so early. Not everybody has a phone right now. That wasn't the case always before. So we're seeing some early plays right now. This one's really strong. Give this one a follow. They got some amazing art, very low cap before it does some of these breakouts. All this one needs to do is like what we talk about all the time, where it does, the breakout over the 5 and then the breakout over the 10 and goes a lot higher, right? And that's kind of in the mix for this one. And I bring you guys these plays all the time before they do this, before they do the 5, before they do the 10. And right now the markets are so hot that any solid community that can keep breaking its all-time high and just grind together, not cheat on one another, there's going to be more money coming into the space. The overall crypto market cap is 4.03 trillion now. We were just trying to get over 3. Now we're over 4. This is going to go over 5. This is going to go over 6. Just be patient. Stop cheating for thousands when you can be a millionaire. Honestly, I'm just going to tell you straight up, like, you're cheating for thousands of dollars when you can be a millionaire. And just find the right plays, accumulate the right ones, wait for Bitcoin to hit its all-time high. There's going to be an altcoin season. Everybody's going to be downloading apps to get into crypto like crazy. There's going to be more of a mania than there is right now. And I know because even the conversation I was having yesterday for XPX, that's a whole industry that has not came into the market, that is waiting to come into the market, that is about to come into the market, a whole industry, over $4 billion industry to be exact. Just in some areas, man. It's wild. It's actually pretty wild. And that type of money is going to come right into crypto. Watch. You guys will see. So we're really early. Here goes Book of Miggles. Don't miss out on this one as well. And like I said about that 5 million going higher, these are the plays that I've been finding you guys before they go over the 5 million, and then what happens when they break the 5 million. They break 5 million. They break 10 million. If obviously they go a lot higher, like we always see. If it's a strong project, obviously there's going to be a pullback, but we see like where they hold on, they keep marching, they keep doing their thing, and now this thing's pumping up even higher. It's at $18.2 million market cap, going right towards all-time high. If you press the sell button down here, you messed up. I said, hey, when you see a project that fought to break past that $5 million market cap, that psychological barrier, and yeah, it pumped up to 10 and it did its dance like most of the projects do when they break these market caps. But when they come back down and they're being relentless and they're pushing nonstop, you don't want to fade these things. You actually want to accumulate in this section right here, because here goes the next leg up. If you don't believe me, go back and check the receipts, because I was saying you don't want to fade something that's, this is the load up zone. And here it goes right now, right back at all-time high. Congratulations to Jerry the Turtle community. I mean, pretty bullish if you guys ask me. Pretty bullish if you guys ask me. The Duchess. Look at this. Okay, Jerry the Turtle, more listings. I mean, $18 million market cap. This could be, they want to be the third biggest Matt Fury play in history. So we're talking beating higher than Pepe, being higher than Brett. Is that possible? You guys let me know, because this thing's looking like a serious play. A lot of plays have a hard time getting back up here. This thing literally turned right back around. It's at 18 million right now. Shout out to Jerry the Turtle, man. That's impressive right there. That is staying locked in right here. Here goes another one that I found you guys extremely early. It did wick back up to its all-time high, but I'm just letting you guys know this one's about to do that, break the 10 million and have that crazy breakout run. A lot of people are going to get shooken out. Remember, this one has that Shiba Inu plug, and I brought you guys this one super early before any Shiba Inu posts. Before any Shiba Inu posts, before any of this stuff was going down, you guys heard it here first, before those major influencers talking about it, because I'm just a micro influencer. Here we guys go right here. We talked about it over here, right around that 1 million. It pumped up to, 3 million, came back down, but here we are. We're at this very special spot above $5 million market cap. What's crazy, it had a nice wick right back up to an all-time high at some point today. Let's see, there's probably a nice size buy at some point. You guys probably just want to be careful, because the markets are really hot, and we're seeing this one kind of do the similar thing, that 5 million, 5 million, 5 million, 5 million. All it takes is for it to break that 10 million, boom, and you're going to see 15, 20 million. And this thing has serious brand recognition. I'm telling you, this level of brand recognition on CC Dog is very impressive. Everybody's going to know this dog. So CC Dog looking really, really strong and looking extremely bullish. Brought you guys this one extremely early. And I think that as the markets continue to stay hot, we'll most likely see a nice leg up towards going to a lot higher, basically going to that 10 million and going a lot higher. So excited to see this one actually play out because we brought you this one really early. And it's just a matter of time that we actually see this play out because the markets are just so hot right now. Like the overall market is, for the most part, really, really hot. Bitcoin starts to do like this break of all-time high. We're going to see that kind of pour into everything else, into the ETH, into the meme coins, into the utility plays. We're in a very hot market right now. I'm happy to be here with you guys, and I'm very lucky to be around so many great people. So let's go ahead and keep it moving. I think this one's getting ready for its next breakout. We got MK right here. Look at this. Whoa. MK headed towards that $10 million market cap. Man, the markets are coming back to life. And this was another thing, something that went up and came back down. Here it goes. 5 million, 5 million, 5 million. Now it's looking a lot stronger. It is looking a lot stronger where it's rallying at $8 million market cap. And man, those NFTs are getting a lot of attention from Pablo Crow. And this community is just very active, fam. They're active. So we give you our first major top tier listing, MEXC. Woo, that's that MEXC exchange listing, fam. Whoa, that MEXC, fam. Whoa, MK on MEXC. Let's go. Here comes $10 million market cap, fam. Looking bullish. Okay, man. That's looking really good. I'm sure everybody's pumped up about that. That's why you got to trust the process, man. It's crazy. $10 million market cap back to all-time high. Seems like everything's en route to break all-time high. Base Bonk was another one that we talked about. We're going to bring this one up as well really quick. And we got actually some more meetings to take care of today. Very bullish. This one got a small pump from that Shiba Inu post, but what's nice is we talked about this one at 100K market cap. This one was at 100K market cap. We brought this play up way over here. Super early. And then here we go. It had a small pump from that Shiba Inu post. Nothing compared to CC Dog. But that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. This is right there. This is pretty powerful pulse. And when people land over here, you know, people are still coming to find this thing. They're going to find out more about this. So I think these plays that are doing this, you know, we're probably going to see a little leg up here, a leg up there from, you know, these little posts, because as people find out about Shiba Inu and go to their posts, they're also going to find out about Base Bonk. So keep an eye on Base Bonk as well. If you felt like you missed that rally, maybe, you know, have some base ready to load up right here and wait for it to turn around, because you know, I know that wasn't light to be able to take care of that Shiba Inu post. So there's most likely more to come. And a lot of these plays that I've been telling you that are really solid, they have a way of turning right back around. Here goes whoa, Moner. We talked about Moner the other night. Whoa, look at this one. That's just a great name. That's just a great name for a meme coin, I swear. I think people are going to say this one a lot. The Moner. Oh my God, here we go. For some reason, it reminds me of the movie The Mask, when they're saying the loner. But, you know, when they gave Jim Carrey that, it was like a Studebaker or something like that. Here we go, man. The Moner taking off, man. We found this one early, just very organically. We made a post about it and everything. It was in the live stream, you know, in this section over here. And this thing's traded sideways for a while. And I was like, hey, this looks pretty good. And, yeah, Moner. And the website's pretty clean. I mean, that's all you want from a website. It's a Matt Fury play. And I think we found a nice little gem early. It's doing this $2 million market cap dance. It went up to 2.6, fam. So it's definitely getting some eyes on it. I like when we find these plays really organically. You know, we're just on these live streams. We find something like this. So this is pretty cool that we found a play just super early for everybody on the live stream. And that was one that I found like right before the live stream. And I even put it up as the ticker because I was just like, I mean, people are probably going to say that a lot. This is crypto, right? This is it's crazy, but people are going to be saying, I got Moner. So here we go. A nice push on this one. Let's see what we're doing. We're just gonna mark up to 5 million. See if we found the next little Matt Fury runner. And when we went to the X, remember there was like barely anything on the X account. It's like you gotta like those plays that when you like the first one there, and now you're seeing the YouTubers talk about it, right? But when you scroll down, and when we first on that live stream, there was like no, it was like barely any posts. It was just like this. It was barely. I think it was like up to. Oh yeah, I had this guy right here, and that's it. It was like this. This is how their whole. It was. This was the only thing that was on there. This, and yeah. So Mona is definitely a very strong play right now. Looking really good. Do not sleep on it. They have really turned it up a notch, and now we're seeing other influencers talk about it. So most likely they're kicking on the marketing machine, and we're gonna see, possibly a few more legs up with Mona right here. This is where I would keep an eye on coming back down to 1 million for the load up, possibly even 1.5 million. Hey, Psychedelic Angel, let the Altitude fam know that I covered Altitude Project today, so they might want to clip that or go check it out or something like that. But we definitely covered you guys in the beginning of the stream. So here goes Mona with some nice buys coming through. Look at that. 1.2 ETH, $4,700. This is looking like a solid little play right here, especially because we're seeing the same kind of YouTubers. We're seeing the same recipe. And this recipe that I've noticed with these kind of influencers and everything that comes together when it's display, I've seen it run over 5-10 million, and then they have that pop, right? They have to fight for that area right there, but then we've seen it, have that pop that goes a lot further. So Mona, it's probably a good money bag alert to keep an eye on, a very organic find. So that one's pretty nice right there. Let's look at this one. Obviously, Sack Fury, which is crazy because if you look at their chin, but this is crypto. I'd be careful with that one. I think there's a line where you might not get everybody to play fun. Like Mona's a lot more fun than this. Some people might have a hard time with that, right? There's a thin line in crypto. It's thin. It's thin. Look at Link just pumping so hard it's trending. Link is pumping so hard it's trending. Mary Rose. Okay, $4 million market cap. We got some AI stuff, some SPX stuff, some 6,900. I didn't catch his meta. You can't catch all the metas. Like, you're not going to be spot on with all the metas. Like, I did good on the Polyfi stuff just because, I just like to win. And oh, okay, you got the Ken and Walsh show on here. Okay, so they're talking about this one as well. So it could be something here. So this is 6 hours ago. So maybe they're going to be doing a space with Kid and Walt. Very nice. All right, so marketing turned on, right? Marketing turned on. 3.4 million dollar market cap. It went up towards 10. It did do the breakout over 10. That's what's amazing. It's like over and over again. Like I can't help it. There's no way that I can just not so it's crazy how every time, right? Eventually you reach a point in your life where you're like, it's crazy how every time, it seems like every time you reach that point where you're like, this is just a positive one. It seems like every time we break 5 million, we go up to 10. And when we break that, we do like a little peak above that. And then we curl down. So, this is a play where if you felt like you miss it, maybe this is where you keep an eye on it, right? And see if they can rally this thing back up, because it did do what, it's supposed to do. It's hard to do that at first. It takes forever to get this proving ground done. But the minute you do this, the marketing wallet's a nice, good size. You guys can get a whole bunch of funding to do so much stuff that everybody who's cheating because they think that the funding's not going to marketing, they hate themselves later on because it just turns around and spikes way past higher, that all-time high. So this could be a play to keep an eye on. I don't know much about it, but Ken and Walt's talking about it. And, I missed out on kind of this meta right here. I do really good on the Matt Fury meta, and it's pretty funny because it's not like I did that by design. It just kind of happened. So here goes a Matt Fury play. And this one's looking really good right here. Looking really fresh. 4 days ago, clean looking chart. You know, something, we probably found another one. Let's go to the X account. This is how I like to find them. Like, we're like barely anybody talking about it. Okay. Let's see. So they're kicking out the marketing quite a bit right now. It's not too heavy, but I'm sure that it's going to be coming on a little bit heavier very soon. You know, this is looking like a solid play to you got your CoinGecko, you got your, you know, you're sprinkling it here, you're sprinkling it there, you got your deck screener updated. You got some smaller and I'm one of the small ones too. You got Christina right here. Doing like what looks like to be a YouTube video. So definitely check this out. Okay, so this is what we're seeing right here. The X, the post, everything's updated. And like I said, nothing too crazy. So still very early on some nice movement on this one before. I like to find these before they do that 5 million, 10 million breakout. If you find solid communities, and you leave a moon bag in there, right? You make your initials and all that stuff, but you'll be able to see when it breaks 5 million. The thing is that most people can't be patient for that because they're cheating for smaller levels, you know, but I promise you guys, when you get early and then you see it kind of this thing start to take off as this multiplier past $10 million market cap, you'll never cheat on yourself ever again. That's all you got to do is make it past getting a bag super early and where you see it break past 10 million and you'll never do that to yourself again. Nobody will get you to do it. You're like, no way. Now, obviously, there's like more speculative plays that you probably only sprinkle a little bit. It's either diamonds or dust situation. But if you find a good play and you kind of ape into it, and it hasn't done the 5 million, 10 million breakout, at least let it do that to see where, you know, you can really, really take things because they can go really far. They can actually go really far. Really exciting to see this fresh play again. This, to me, I feel like this is probably another little fresh play. This is a $1 million market cap. It worked up to, you know, 1.7. We'll see where this thing actually lands. We'll keep an eye on this one. 1.2, 1.3. We'll see what's up with this one. It did hit its all-time high right up here, but I like these. Like I said, I've done really good on these plays. So if you're on like Ethereum and you like these, you know, Matt Fury plays, this one's trending right now. Simon. It's like an alligator Matt Fury guy, and I think that's good. Simon the alligator. Why not? Why not Simon the alligator? So keep an eye on Simon the alligator because he might be having some potential. He might most definitely be having some potential. So super bullish on Simon right now for some short-term gains. If you can just sprinkle it where nothing you have to be concerned about, and it can kind of do some nice breakouts, and it's a sleeping giant where, you know, after the 10 and it does that breakout, we'll see what it does after that. But there's definitely some opportunity on it. How much, I'm not sure. I like to wait for a nice little shakeout, but join the Telegram, see what the hype's all about, see what the pin posts are saying. You know, are the community very excited to be in there? Like, what's the overall sentiment around Simon the Gator? And, you know, possibly park a bag right there and check it out because the markets are hot. And when the markets get hot, it's a lot easier to print. You know, even on meme coins, utility plays, whatever it might be, when the markets are a little bit on the hotter side, it's easier because the overall sentiment in its Telegram is hotter, and so it's a lot easier. Keep an eye on this one right here, this Simon right here. These are some of these early plays. We'll probably be covering this one some more on the channel, so I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. So I appreciate you guys. This is a solid stream. We're over $4 trillion market cap once again. I mean, your bags are parked. Don't cheat yourself right now. Just treat yourself. Look out for your future you. Like right now, you're thinking about your you right now. Your future you is like just diamond hand the situation. Don't paper hand your Amazon stock when it was only shipping books. Don't paper hand your Apple stock before it started coming out with the iPhone. Like, do not miss out on this .com moment right now. That's right here for you guys. It's super important for you guys to understand that a lot of this stuff is here to stay. It's just like how everybody has a cell phone, just like how everybody has internet. There's different brands of internets. There's different cell phone providers, just even different cell phones that people use. All of this stuff is the future of that right now. This is our version of this, next technology phase for us. So I'm very excited to be doing this with you guys as Bitcoin continues to follow the Bitcoin rainbow chart, as Bitcoin has not hit where I think it will go into the yellow and orange like it has during these past bull runs. I don't see why on the biggest adoption of cryptocurrency, why it would not go into the yellow and the orange and potentially hit 238,000 or even higher at 323,000, or like CZ said from Binance, $500,000 to $1 million. Now, that is some very bullish news. I'm more on the conservative side with, hey, if I can get what I did last time, every other time it went into the yellow and orange, yellow and orange, yellow and orange with a little bit of red, yellow and orange, tap the red. If we can do that on this side at the same area, I will be very content with that. I have no problem taking care of future Rico by holding my bags and let Bitcoin, let the markets come to you every time. You did not get the markets to pump, you did not get the markets to do any of this. The markets are literally coming to you. You don't have to do nothing too crazy. Just set your bags, and again, you will see this thing continue to play out. And when BNB is over $1,000, selling any of your BNB and stabling up to balance your what are you doing? What are you doing? We're super driven right now. We're very aggressive right now. When we get into that bear market, I'll tell you guys to balance up, okay? And that's when you start to balance up and start to do that. Right now, honestly, it's foot on the gas. You don't have to listen to me. Just do what BlackRock's been doing. While everybody cheats and everybody paper hands, just do what BlackRock's been doing. This black line right here is BlackRock, just loading up nonstop. They know, and we all know what's up. So you guys have a fantastic day. Rest of your guys' weekend. I appreciate you guys pulling up on a Sunday to come spend some time with me and talk cryptocurrency. So if you guys can, like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys can't do that, continue to come back and experience the abundance of money with me.